Hey, it is LaRon from SBL Hair here in Pleasantville. Let me see. I want to make sure that I am straight here and make sure that I am on all of my platforms. Make sure I am giving you my very best today. I hope everyone is well. I am not going to be here long. My next client is at 9:45. So just wanted to come on and talk to you all about your hair and your health. So let me go ahead and get on TikTok, and we will get this thing going. All right. Okay. Hope everybody's doing well. Today. If you all don't know who I am, my name is LaRon, and I am the owner of SBL Hair Loss here in Pleasantville, New Jersey. And I'm going to go ahead on over to Instagram. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on today. Okay. All right. My TikTok is giving me challenges today. All right. Okay. All right. So I was trying to log in and it wasn't letting me log in one phone. So I tried to do it in another phone and it wasn't letting me log in. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is LaRon Quarles. I am the owner of SBL Hair in Pleasantville, New Jersey. I am a certified trichologist and I am also a non-surgical hair replacement specialist and I am a hairstylist. In addition to that, I am a cosmetology educator and I also teach and train other hairstylists how to add value to their businesses by including hair loss specific services. So if you are a hairstylist and you want to learn how to be a hair loss practitioner, if you want to get into trichology, we have programs available on our website so that you can do that. If you want to learn hair replacement, we have programs, we have dates available on our website. All you have to do is go to hairlosscenternj.com/education or just visit the website and then hit the menu bar on the side, or you can go here below and hit this link here. You'll find all of my information about what it is that I offer. And for those on TikTok, if you want to hit my bio, you hit the bio, go to the bio page, tap the menu, scroll up, and then you'll see everything possible that I have to offer. We're also on YouTube, we're also on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we are on TikTok, we're on LinkedIn. So we try to do everything remotely possible so that we can add value to your experience, share with you a few things about hair and health. So today I'm going to be talking about inflammation and how you can alleviate some of your inflammation concerns. And when you do, it will help your hair. And I'm also going to try to cover all of the blood types because my next client comes at 9:45, and sometimes it's a challenge. I don't get to do it often. But if you can, in TikTok and Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, if you can put in the chat, oh, hi, Sean, how are you? New Path Wellness Group. I miss you. I love you. Mwah, mwah. Thank you for joining me today. If you all can, please put in the chat what your blood type is, and we're going to get into it very quickly and kind of very specifically. I want to share with you all a little bit more about your blood type, and we're going to talk about the blood type experience. So, as a certified trichologist, my goal is to talk to my clients when they arrive to me. They want to understand why they are losing their hair. They want to understand why they are having problems with their scalp. Why is their scalp in pain? Why are they having challenges with thinning hair, hair loss? Why is their hair thinning around the edges? Why don't they have hair in the edges? Why don't they have hair all along the sides and the back? Why don't they have hair in the front? Why don't they have hair here? Is this male female pattern baldness? Is it CCCA? What is this? How did it happen? Often, when clients come to me, they will say they have gone to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist said, oh, they said it was traction. Oh, they said it was lichen. Oh, they said it was CCCA. Oh, they said it was FFA. But often they're just like, okay, now what? You've given me the diagnoses, you've given me the biopsy. How did I get here? What happened? And what do I do now? So for those women who experience FFA, which is a scarring form of alopecia, for those who experience what has been told to them as CCCA, often they will let it go, or they catch it at a point where sometimes they cannot turn their experience around and they cannot regrow hair. So, one of the options that I provide as a cosmetologist, as a non surgical hair replacement specialist, and a trichologist is I will be able to provide you with a beautiful hairstyle. I can replace what it is that you're missing with some sort of lace option, a cranial prosthesis, a toupee, whatever it is, I can do that for you. As a certified trichologist, I can also help you understand how you got in that mess. So that's one of the benefits of being a trichologist. Many hairstylists and barbers, braiders, locticians, I have trained quite a few people to learn and understand how to become a hair loss practitioner, how to venture into trichology, because this is happening more and more and more. There are people who want to understand this term inflammation and how it affects them. So, as a trichologist, one of the many ways that I help my clients understand their experience is by helping them understand their lives through nutrition. Now, through nutrition, we have all sorts of diets. We have blood type diet, we have Mediterranean diet, we have the Atkins diet, we've got the keto diet. Okay, whatever works for you. If it's bringing value to you, if it's making you feel good in your mind, if it's making you feel good in your body, hey, do it. Today, I want to talk to you about how you can reduce inflammation, pain, stiffness, autoimmune concerns, improve gut concerns, improve blood flow, improve health, improve digestion through the blood type diet. Now, a lot of people kind of get beside themselves because they never want to acknowledge what is their own. If you are an A or an AB, a B or an O, it is what it is. You kind of stuck with it. You cannot change it. So why not take advantage of a diet that's right for you, right for your blood type? And people that gave you that blood type successfully have been eating specific foods and it works for them. So I want to just tell you a little bit about my story, and I want to say good morning also to Miss Tyra and hi Miss Jacqueline Chambers Kennedy. Thank you for joining me today. What I want to share with you is a little bit about my story and how I even came here. So I just want to dip on off to, okay, got one person here. I wanted to just dip off and see what they were saying on Instagram. Nobody's saying anything on Instagram. So, okay, Sean said hers is B positive. That's great. Thank you, Sean. So I want to tell you how God has led me to this point today. Years ago, I have always been keenly aware of when I would eat something, how it would make my body feel, and how my body would lose weight, and how I would feel better, how I would have optimal digestion, going to the bathroom every day. I felt great. My blood was great. Everything was good when I ate as close to plant-based as possible. When I gave up eating red meat, I felt amazing. When I made sure I got a great level of iron and rich minerals in my diet every day because I was drinking powdered greens. My all-time favorite was Nature's Sunshine. When I drank that consistently every day, my body was like, yes, yes, honey, this is it. So when you do things for your body, and your body responds you in kind by allowing you to sleep, reducing your inflammation, allowing you to go to the bathroom, and your blood history, all your CBCs, everything come back great, and you're feeling great. That's probably the right diet for you. That's your body telling you, yeah, this is it. Keep doing this here. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my best friend and her mom. They taught me valuable lessons, which is why I am here today. God was saving this up so that I can share with you. So my girlfriend and her mom were both type A's. They notoriously were always in the hospital. They were always in the hospital. They always had problems with their gut. They always had a problem going to the bathroom. They would be on the bathroom and just sit and sit and sit for half an hour, hour at a time. And I would just say to myself, why would somebody just sit on the toilet and constantly use enemas? And that was how I learned about enemas, through my best friend and her mom. They would constantly use enemas. They had the enema hanging up in the bathroom. But I mean, back then, I'm 56. Back then, more people did enemas. People don't usually talk about it, but they used to do enemas a lot. And I always wondered that. Then as time got on, I wondered why my godmother had to have her gallbladder removed. Then as time went on, my girlfriend had to have her gallbladder removed. And I used to be like, okay, mental note, why would they have their gallbladder removed? And somewhere along the line, they both told me that they were type A. I'm like, okay, cool. I had a chance to go visit another practitioner. Her name is Nadia Hughes. She's the owner of Hair Again in Texas. She teaches and trains other cosmetologists and beauty professionals to become holistic hair loss practitioners. Went down to her event to just enhance my training. She typed my blood for me because we use blood typing as part of our therapies, as part of our holistic therapies, to help you balance your body so that when your body is balanced, you will stop having so much hair loss, so much hair thinning, and loss of hair density. She typed my blood for me and she said, "You are AB." I said, "Huh, I'm an AB." Huh. I said, "Oh, wow." Then I flip out my Eat Right for Your Blood Type book that I read 20 years ago and never paid it no mind, because I read it because I'm a book reader. I love facts and information, but I just didn't apply it. So I said, okay. I had never had my blood typed, and I had just assumed that I might have been a B. So when I learned that I was AB, I said, oh. So I flipping through it, I said, that's why I keep having all of this indigestion. This is why my doctor has had me on Zantac, Mylanta, acid reducers, acid blockers for years, and I didn't know it. Then when I understood why I kept having so many problems with my elimination in my gut, I said, dang it, that is it. When I said, this is why I've had lifelong issues with iron levels, and um, I am anemic. I'm like, I go through these periods where I'm very, very anemic. When I'm taking my powdered greens, when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, when I'm juicing and eating my leafy greens like regularly, then my anemia, it stabilizes. It gets regular. And then when I'm off, I'm off. And then I start feeling way down. I know what my body needs. And the moment Nadia told me that I was an AB, everything made sense. When I thought about my girlfriend and her mom, it made sense. When I looked through that book, I said, ooh, this is why, because I'm not supposed to have certain foods. And when I was eating certain foods, I felt this way. When I removed them, I felt great. When I had more quinoa, brown rice, farro, when I ate more plants and grains, when I ate a lot of fruits, a lot of raw vegetables, when I included more of that in my diet and less meat, I felt better. What I understood about my girlfriend and her mom was they ate beef, they ate liver, they ate lamb, they ate steak, they ate everything they weren't supposed to eat as type A's, because type A's have stomachs that have low stomach acid. They cannot digest thick cuts of meat. So what that gave them was an inflamed gallbladder, because the gallbladder helps you digest fat. The liver, along with the gallbladder, helps you to digest fat, provides enzymes so that you can break down your food. And the food turns into chyme so that your small and large intestine can do what it needs to do by pulling the nutrients from your food. But if you're giving it food that is not meant for you initially, this is why we have all these problems. So as I began to analyze and think about my girlfriend used to consistently have this one targeted spot in the back of her head that never grew. As a holistic practitioner, I understand that there are zones to the scalp. This area here, all the way beneath the occipital, above the knee, over the ears here, along the front, this is the area that relates to immunity health. When this area here is consistently broken off, it's thin, you have no hair, there's a lack of density or alopecia there, I understand that my clients are having a problem with their gut health. They're having a problem with their immunity. I know this area here relates to digestion. When this area is weak and it starts to thin, you're having a problem with your digestion. When this area here starts to thin, that is problems with nerves and nervous systems and the effect that your stress is having on your body. And this area here relates to inflammation, which is why sometimes when people start to lose their hair due to CCCA, it will start centrally right here at the vertex and migrate up through this entire part of the scalp. And that's why the scalp starts to look like the part is getting wider and wider, because that whole area of inflammation is migrating and the inflammation is spreading. So what I identified about the blood type diet at that moment is we have to pay attention to what our blood type is, because it's the key and the clue to, are you anemic? Are you able to digest minerals? Are you a diabetic? Are you having problems with circulatory health and your blood pressure, and your lipid levels, and insulin resistance and PCOS? Because it has to do with the food. Now, along with type A's should have absolutely no meat in their diet primarily if they want to have a more beneficial, more alkaline life. They should really have certain types of fish, and they should have plenty of plants and grains. I have detailed descriptions in my link tree here for my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTubers. You can tap this link here and you can go to my profile and you'll see the list there. I'm going to upload type O today. But type O should have more fish, plants, and grains. And then AB should have turkey, and they should have more plants and grains. Then type B should have certain things. And then type B's and O's can have more dense, thicker cuts of meat like beef, lamb, mutton, and things like that, because they have more of a propensity to become more insulin resistant, they'll have more problems with blood sugar. Higher issues with blood sugar turns around into more liver fat, more problems with circulatory health, more higher lipids. So it appeared to me instantly, and that's what God does for you. When you are on the right track, He will download it into you, and all the parts will just come front and center. And that's what He does for us when we are walking in our purpose. And I have people like my girlfriend Sean for New Path Wellness Group, and I think of people like her, and I'm like, some of us are just put here for some certain type of reason. And I have friends that are in my cipher, that are in my lane, that I can look to and say, yep, I'm on the right track. If they can do it, I can do it. And that's primarily one of the reasons why I'm here, why I try to devote myself to bringing you these facts, because no one is going to advocate for women. No one's going to advocate for Black women. No one's going to advocate for us if we don't do it ourselves and we don't stick together and we don't share. I'm not a gatekeeper, because all of this you can find on Google. All of this you can find if you open a book. However, I am relating it back to hair because as a trichologist, this is what I do. I aim to provide you with information that will help you understand, why are you having a widening part? Why can't you digest your food? Why are your white blood cells attacking areas of your scalp? It's because of what it is that we're putting on our forks. When we put food on the end of our fork that our digestive system and our intestines don't like, we wind up with leaky gut. We wind up with excessive permeability in the gut. So that means toxicity starts leaking out through the gut. When toxicity leaks out through the gut, it spreads through the bloodstream. When it spreads through the bloodstream, then you have inflammatory cytokines popping out saying, I don't like this. We got toxicity everywhere. Boom, let me attack this area here. Boom, let me attack this area here. And let's get rid of what it is that we see. This is what cytokines do. They release mast cells. The mast cells will cause you to have an allergic reaction or redness, itching, swelling. It's kind of like anaphylaxis. When toxicity is released from the gut, mast cells go in and they cause you to be red and swollen, kind of like when you have a bug bite. You instantly have a mosquito put toxicity into you and then try to pull blood from you. Mast cells will instantly pop out, they'll surge into that site, and they will cause your body to swell up, and that whole area will become red. That's what happens with inflammation. The mast cells all over the body are just becoming inflamed because of toxicity from your gut. Now, if you're eating lamb and beef and you're type A and you're type AB, for years and years and years and years, by the time you get to 30 and 40 and you find you have to have your gallbladder removed, you shouldn't be surprised because that food is not essentially right for you. Then if you're a B and an O and you wind up with more metabolic issues like excessive weight, insulin resistance, um, high levels of cholesterol, high lipid levels. When you wind up with issues like that, you have to evaluate. Oh, I didn't know it was a type O that I should not have wheat. I shouldn't have oats. I shouldn't have barley. I shouldn't have gluten. I shouldn't have rice. Yeah, you should not. So I want to just share with you all. I need you all to understand that when you eat according to what your blood type is, your body will respond in kind and it will feel better. It will stop giving you redness, itching, swelling, dermatitis, scaly scalp, scaly skin, a painful body when you give it what it needs. Your body is telling you, please give me more grains, please give me more fiber, please give me more purple vegetables, green fruits, red fruits. Give me more antioxidants because I want to help you feel better. But you have to give it what your body needs. So if you all could let me know, other than Sean, because Sean told me that she was a B positive. Let me know here if you can tell me what some of your blood types are. So Sean already told me that she's a B positive, and she said I am literally drinking a beet juice while watching. I try to have my beet juice every single day because as a type AB, I am notoriously always on the fence with low levels of anemia, low levels of iron. That low iron always results in me having low blood volume. The low blood volume means I have low blood volume in hemoglobin. So there's not a whole lot of hemoglobin. So I get notoriously tired. The oxygen can't flow through my body because my iron levels are low. My heme is low. So when oxygen can't flow through your body well, sometimes it will take it out on your hair and you will have very fine hair. You will have thin hair. Sometimes when you go through peaks and valleys of having anemia, sometimes your hair will start to express and fall out from the follicle because you're not giving it what it needs. But hopefully today you understand that you need to find out what your blood type is because it will probably make your body work better and feel better and it won't have the issues it's currently having. So I try to drink my beet juice every day because the beet juice is loaded with antioxidants. It also improves nitric oxide in the body and it helps the heart work a bit more efficiently. Not better because I'm not trying to take a stab at medicine or anything like that, but sometimes fruits, vegetables, root vegetables, all of that helps to do the body good, just like medicine, because your food is medicine. We have to treat our plants, our teas, our grains, our nuts, our seeds, everything that the God gives us, we have to treat it as medicine because before medicine even existed, what do we have? We would go outside, we would get those roots and plants, and we would put them on our body, and that was that. And we would have no more issues. So we need to understand that they may not always taste that good, they may not look that good, but your food is medicine. So Miss Linda said she's a RH negative, and Jackie Chambers Kennedy said she's not sure of her blood type. If you guys can try to see if you can order an Eldon blood card pack. They sell them on Amazon, Miss Jackie Chambers, and you can type it yourself. And you can also go to what is it, like the Red Cross, and have your blood type. They can do it for you. If you choose to give blood, they'll type it because they have to type it because they're going to, of course, use it to be able to help someone else. But here on TikTok, if you guys can let me know what your blood type is, because no one is saying much in the chat, but I really would like to know. So would anyone like to hear um, any specific foods for their particular type? Because if you do, let me know because I have 9 minutes before my client arrives, and she usually arrives early. I'm surprised she's not knocking on the door. So put in the chat. I'm going to flip over to Instagram to see if anyone let me know. Okay, no one let me know here on Instagram if they have any questions. So just want to see. Yep, no one said anything. Okay, no one said anything here, so I'm going back. So let me know if you guys want to know. If not, I'm going to just continue talking about the sides of the spectrum. Now, this is my left. For you guys, is probably the right. So I'm just going to talk about A's and ABs and B's and O's. Now, A's and B's usually have lower stomach acid. They usually have problems digesting their food. They usually feel a lot of pain, stiffness. They usually feel nauseated. They cannot digest their food well. They do a lot of belching and burping, which was another thing that my godmother used to do a lot. She would sit on the couch after she ate and just burp and burp and burp because no one told my godmom that she needed digestive enzymes. She needed more acid. She needed more ginger. You can take ginger and put it in water, and the enzymes in the ginger will help digest food. She didn't know that lemon and lime added to water before she eat would help her with the acidity in her stomach. So A's and ABs don't have a lot of acidity in their stomach, so they can't always digest their food well. They also, because they don't digest food well, they don't absorb minerals from their food, so they usually have problems with different minerals like iron. Iron is one of the most electric minerals in the body, as Dr. Sebi aptly put it. Iron is electric. If you don't have your iron, that's going to cause a whole lot of things to be upset in the body. So A's and ABs do not absorb different minerals well in the body, so they definitely have to supplement. When I have A's and ABs, I love to put them on liquid minerals so that they can get their minerals immediately. We don't have time for A's and ABs to not get their minerals. We need for them to get their minerals immediately. B's and O's usually have higher amounts of stomach acid, so they can enjoy denser, thick cuts of meat like the beef, the lamb, the mutton, the bear, the turtle, uh, glands, all of that. They can handle that as B's and O's because they have higher stomach acid. However, the carbohydrates are what they need to always take into account. The wheat, the glutens, the pastas, the rice, the quinoa, the farro, all of that. They can have sometimes none to maybe modest amounts. B's can have modest amounts. As far as I'm concerned, they can't have any. So when it comes to B's and O's, they have to watch what their starches are. They do have to watch it in comparison to how they live because 9 times out of 10, they usually wind up having more metabolic issues. With A's and ABs, they can have more plants, more grains because their stomachs can digest that, but they can't digest the meat too well. So I want you all to understand sometimes PCOS comes into play. PCOS comes into play when there's an issue with insulin and insulin resistance. Often when I speak with some of my ladies, I'll say, what is your blood type? Sometimes it's B, sometimes it's O, but I see that a lot in B's and O's. So Miss Robin says that she's a blood type O. My husband is an O, so I've had to change a lot of what he was eating because he had high amounts of liver fat, or he had a fatty liver. He was pre-diabetic when I met him, and he was having some issues, and he was on some medication. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. You cannot be on this long term because this has been clinically proven to show that it will produce dementia, Alzheimer's later in life if you stay on this medication. I said, you're going to get on some fiber. We're working on this blood sugar. We're working on this liver fat. You're going to get rid of this hair. So I had to really work with him and help him rework his diet. He has since come off of all of that medication and his numbers have improved. He even lost weight. So Miss Robin, I understand as an O. I'm living with an O, so I know I got to watch him and watch myself every day, and I'm an AB. So Miss Shawn said she was surprised to learn that she shouldn't eat chicken or avocado. I can't have it either. I can't have avocado, and I used to love avocado until, like I said, I went to take a holistic training course and found out as an AB I can't have it. So I do have to get ready to go, and I thank you all for joining me today. I'm only able to stay on here till 9:45 because my client, I know she's probably sitting outside because she's usually very early. But I want to just share with you all, the longer you stay involved in foods that aren't right for you, it will successfully cause you to have inflammation and cause your body to have low levels of oxygen related status because you're eating foods that are acidic for you. The more acidic you involve yourself, the more deeper you get into acidic lives, acidic foods, things that aren't right for you, it notoriously pulls you down. It increases the amount of free radicals in your body. It decreases the amount of oxygen your body can absorb, making you feel better, making you perform better. So please find out what your blood type is and eat according to it. Try to just chip away that elephant a little at a time. I put out videos all the time, and people say to me all the time, well, I don't like any of those meats. It's okay. I don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what Paul O'Donnell said in his book. So I'm just only sharing what I see. What I see my clients say as far as their symptoms, I'll say, I know what blood type you are just from the symptoms you're describing. And they'll say, oh, but I don't like that meat. Well, I don't like just eating turkey and fish all the time, but I want to feel better. I'm going on 60. I can't be sliding into 60 on medication. Absolutely not. And that's what I want for my people, the people that I share my voice with every day. I want you to be on as less medication as possible, because the more acidic medication that you're on, the less chance you're going to have thick, vibrant, and full hair. So when you eat according to your blood type, it will help you reduce your inflammation by making sure that your body's getting all of the oxygen, all of the minerals, everything that it's supposed to do for you. Eating according to your blood type will help you reduce inflammation, because sometimes the foods that you eat cause your body's blood to thicken like glue. It has a glutinous and lectins in the food. The lectins help your blood just coagulate. And the blood is supposed to be slippery. It's not supposed to be thick. But when you routinely eat food that's not right for you, you cause your blood to be thick. Thick blood cannot absorb oxygen, and it cannot deliver oxygen well, which is why a lot of people have low blood circulation as type O's. Diabetics often have to get fingers, toes, and limbs cut off because they're eating foods that aren't right for them, such as high amounts of carbohydrates and processed foods. Those processed foods, for everyone, not just type O's, are loaded with salt and sugar and additives and food dyes that mess with our nervous system and increase the amount of liver fat that we have. When we have high amounts of liver fat, it decreases the rate of hair growth because it damages and destroys the mitochondria. Sorry, everyone. Ralphie, cut it out. So that's my spiel. My client is here, as my dog is letting you all know. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose, and I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know.